Ambitious and motivated are words that describe you best. Then you're on the right place. This is Motivational Radio France from Paris with your host, Longi Agoha.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, you're welcome to this wonderful day, and we are broadcasting live from Paris. And in my usual habit, I receive very special guests. And today, I am privileged to have one of them again. And his name is John Okoro. And he's in Paris, and he is studying presently. So, John, how are you today?
I'm fine, thank you. It's a pleasure to be on this program.
All right, then. Could you introduce yourself to our listeners so that they will know who they are dealing with?
Okay. It's a pleasure once again, like I said, to be on this great show. My name is John Okoro, as introduced. Before I came to Paris, I used to be at Abuja and used to tour Nigeria a lot. I am a professional speaker, a business development consultant, and I'm also very much involved in business. So I'm a serial entrepreneur. For me, I believe in Africa. I believe so much in the African dream, and I've devoted myself to building, developing businesses, developing ideas, initiatives, and programs that are going to help integrate Africa and help promote African culture across various substratum. So I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy to learn as much as I can to achieve that dream, that focus, and that drive.
That's great. That is wonderful. That is your dream. I'm sure your dream will come true because of the fact that you're here and you're trying to do your best to learn, export the idea back home, isn't it?
Yes, that would be a great one.
All right,
exactly.
Then. All right then. So today we're going to speak about...
Okay, like I did introduce myself, I've been involved in speaking for about 7 years.
Right.
Started at 16 when I used to be at university back then in Nigeria, Lagos. Mm-hmm. I've spoken across various topics and various modules, and been involved integrally in training as well as public speaking. The most recent in Nigeria, which was the conference on the by the International Federation of Training and Development Organizations, the African Regional Conference, which centered on youth development. And so for the past few years, I've been colossally involved in issues that pertain to youth in Nigeria, especially across Africa as well. And one thing I've discovered along those lines, and while during my career speaking, is that there usually is a quandary, there usually is a conundrum at the beginning of a career when a young person is trying to establish a real foundation within a career. And so that's why today I felt it will be quite important and also very beneficial to listeners if I share tips on building a strong foundation for a successful career, having myself gone through the process of deciding, as well as making choices, quite difficult choices, I must say, that would guarantee a good start, a good proficient start in the right career. So I'll share today some tips in building a strong foundation for a successful career.
Okay, I guess this is very important for every youth because of the fact that if you get your career path right, I think everything will just fall in place. A lot of people find it difficult to choose the best career for them because I always believe in the fact that if you understand who you are, then the half of the story is done, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yes.
That's very true.
The problem is that many of us do not. We do not. And since we don't know who we are, we'll find it difficult to choose the best thing that will go for us. That's very good. So my first question will be discovering your right career path. How do you discover that?
And this is a good question you've asked, because a lot of young people think that it's just a one-way approach. It's a one-way street. And that's not true, because when you're trying to discover your career, you perhaps will make several mistakes initially. And it's okay, because when you don't go through the process of being unsure initially, when you finally decide to go into a career path, there would obviously come other opportunities, and you might be tempted to want to have this deviation, because I've seen people in the mid-level of their career having to change to an entirely new career, because initially when they tried to get into a career, they really were not sure. They didn't have a foresight as to the reason why they were in that career in the first place. So discovering a career is a process that should not be approached with just a single approach. The methodology starts first of all by looking inwards, and then by juxtaposing what you found inwards with outwards, and being open to developing yourself, being open to self and continuous self-development. And looking at myself, when I started out, as far back as 2008, I didn't particularly know this was going to become a career. For me, it was more of a passion. I felt it was important to develop human capital. And so I used to speak then. I used to read a lot and share experiences. And after a while, it became so part of me that I felt, okay, this is not just a passion. This can become, because this harnesses my talent, it can become a profession. So discovering a career is simply moving from passion to making your passion a profession. And to do that, you need to be able to harness, a person needs to be able to harness his or her talents and rightly apply them into ensuring that the passion is rightly built into a profession. And in building a profession is simply being able to critically apply some few principles, which I would share on this program, into developing a reputation within that profession. Because within every industry, there are always the top players, and there are always, of course, those that don't, at the end of the day, achieve the maximum of their potential, of course, because some principles were wrongly applied or were not fully applied. So discovering the right career path starts from, first of all, looking inwards and asking some critical questions that are very valuable to the process. And one of it is asking, what talents do I have? What are my passion? What makes me want to sit up at night? What makes me always want to solve a problem? What is that thing I see that pricks my heart, that makes me want to do something, makes me want to make a change? That's where it starts from. It starts by asking some critical questions. And one of those questions should not be financial reward, because some young people feel that they make choices because of the financial reward. In my life, I've gotten to see people who, as it were, against every trend, do some careers that are regarded as the side tracks in the society. But at the end of the day, they become so successful from that career that people want to pay anything just to have them do what they do best. And I remember a story. I was reading a book far back, so many years ago, and it was the story of Picasso. And his mother wanted him to become a general. I think his dad wanted him to become the Pope. They said if he became a monarch, if he became a clergy, he was going to become the Pope. But he said, I chose to become a painter, and then I became Picasso. Today, Picasso is regarded as one of the world's most respected figures in the area of art and in the area of painting and portraiture. So that shows the fact that in choosing a career, it starts from first looking inwards, not regarding the external factors like the financial rewards, etc. So young people need to be quite patient to looking inwards. What talents do I have? What abilities do I have? What are my proclivities? What are my tendencies to solve problems? What are these qualities around me that makes me every time ask myself, what difference can I make within a particular field? So that's where it starts from, before a person goes to the other questions that would require taking the action plans to really actualizing those career goals.
Wow. Okay. That's great. You've just nailed it there, because I believe that, for you to succeed in life, you need to do something that you like.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
To have Lonji Agahun speak at any of your organization's activities, churches, schools, companies, or any other platform, please call 081-0476-1930 or +336 09201972. Alternatively, or log on to www.agahunlonji.com. Thank you.